welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Skull Merchant as always, using a really dumb, interesting build. This build is really weird because basically I was just, honestly, trying to use Corrupt Intervention because in this video we're kind of changing my playstyle a little bit on how I play Skull Merchant, but I'll explain as we continue the video. So right now, if you want to you like my video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I read every single comment, and of course, all your support is greatly appreciated. Let's get straight to the game so I can show you and actually explain why I'm changing my playstyle in this video. Okay, in the first game, we're playing on Mother's Dwelling. This map is not good for Skull Merchant, but we'll make it work. So the reason why I said I'm changing my playstyle is because I kind of want to go in a little detail. So as you can see, the build we're using is Corrupt Intervention, Surge, Gearhead, and Scorcher Pain Resonance. I switched out Scorcher Gift of Pain for Scorcher Pain Resonance because I wanted to make sure that I actually get the regression generators. As you can see, that I am using Corrupt Intervention and I'm placing down drones. The reason why I mentioned I'm changing my playstyle is because normally when I play Skull Merchant, what ends up happening is I just chase the first survivor I see just like that. But it kind of hit me, wait, if I do that, I'm not going to have any drones around the map, and the whole point of Skull Merchant is a trap-based killer who puts down drones. That's why the add-ons I'm using today is the green one, of course, Battle Targeting Processor, because we always use Battle Targeting Processor. But then we're also using Stereo Remote Mic, and what that add-on does is basically your drones stay disabled for less time. Normally disabled for 45 seconds, but they are disabled 15% less. 50% of 45 is, I believe, 6.5, which means that basically they get like a 38-ish second cooldown every time they disable. So they come back every 38 seconds instead of every 45 seconds, which is definitely better than waiting 45 seconds. But the whole reason I'm doing this is that it kind of hit me like the reason why I lose a lot of my games, especially the higher I play. Not like lose as in I'm just getting destroyed. It's basically because I don't put down drones ahead of time. So that's why I'm using Corrupt Intervention, because Corrupt Intervention allows me basically to go around the entire map without having to worry about survivors doing every single generator, and I can just set down drones. Kind of like when you play Trapper, how you use the first basically 2 minutes to actually set down traps before you decide to actually do anything, sending with Hag. They're trap-based killers, and you're trying to use your power to, of course, get the survivors. But the thing is, half the time I end up accidentally just forgetting to even do it. This girl right here literally isn't playing anymore because he gave up. I'll talk about her more as we continue the video. But first, I just want to explain like why I changed my playstyle. So I had changed my playstyle because normally I didn't really have to honestly think or try when I play Skull Merchant. Not because of the fact that Skull Merchant is like a brain dead top tier killer or just so easy to play. It was mainly because half the time people just run into me when I'm in the middle of setting up my drones. So I don't really have to play smart and put my drones in actual good locations. The whole point of the killer though is to put your drones in good locations to deny certain loops. That's why, as you saw at the beginning of this video, I purposely put my drones in certain spots because it made it easier for me to be able to stop survivors from going to certain places, or if they do go to a certain place, I have the ability to chase them much better than usual. Right now I use my radar so I can figure out exactly where this girl's going, but I want her to go for the window, which she does. Then I'm going to use Surge, that way I can down her and then every single generator will explode. And we continue doing this. So right here you're going to constantly hear that noise because one survivor who is just literally purposely running in circles getting scammed by drones. I hear a generator, so I know someone's on that one, so I'm like, no. I'm going to go straight towards it and we're going to try and get them off. And I do. I'm a little surprised they didn't have to run away, honestly, but I guess their logic was maybe he won't go towards it. I don't know. But I went towards it. And I'm going to try and hook them, but I realize there's literally no hooks anywhere. But as you can see, one girl's on the hook, I'm carrying one person, and someone's just constantly getting scammed by my drone. Which would mean that one person literally isn't playing the game. So I go check my radar, and I go towards them, and you just see this girl spinning around in a circle. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm down her. So I was a little confused, like, why? But I'll explain her logic more a little bit later. But, that's what I was doing. So I changed my playstyle because I realized now, not now, but I realized that if I want to actually win, I need to actually play better. And that's what I do. So now I use Corrupt Intervention and I put my drones up in advance. Now you watch my videos, you do see me put drones up in advance. But normally it's like 1 or 2 at the start of the game and that's it. But to actually spend my time and effort to go and place down drones everywhere is kind of just sad. I never do that. That girl literally ran towards me because I was unintelligible. She knew where I was coming from. It's kind of funny. The girl who I just down, she killed herself on the hook because she's like, I'm done playing against Skull Merchant, and I'm gonna basically kill 2 people right now. But really good. No one's not generated. I was just checking just to make sure. And this is literally the first game is gonna go by really fast because I changed my playstyle. One girl did give up, but I changed my playstyle and I put drones actually in good spots. So as you can see, people get scanned more often than usual, and they get injured, and they stay injured. Now, one thing I will say though is the reason why I mentioned why I play the way I did normally is I try to play Scrum Merchant like a chase killer. And the reason why I do that is I used to play Trapper and Hag all the time, but I stopped playing them because Trap Killers are not good in Dead by Daylight. You putting down traps is not a good idea. Oh, not a good idea. Putting down traps is a terrible method of playing because basically, if the person knows you have a trap there, they can just disable it, and disabling a trap takes way longer than actually placing the trap, which is why I like Scrum Merchant so much, and probably why people hate fighting against Scrum Merchant so much. They call her power brainless. And I can on one hand, I can kind of understand what they mean by it, but like I really don't. I don't understand at all. Like I think you press one button, you just get this, and all this stuff happens. Press one button and you put it on a drone. That's not really what happens. But one thing I will say is why I feel like Storm Merchant is so much better than every other trap killer in the game. Even though it doesn't mean she's like top tier. Like Hag is still better than Storm Merchant technically, but it's just like when it comes to putting down traps, I love Storm Merchant because I don't have to slow down to place down my trap. I can just place down my trap and it works. It's that simple. Hag has to slow down. It takes her 17 hours to place down a trap, and then it's annoying. Also, another reason why I love Storm Merchant is because her trap actually comes back. You don't have to worry about your traps being like, oh, well, they wiped away my triangle off the floor. That means I no longer get to teleport to that trap anymore. Okay, now I gotta walk, and I'm already the slowest killer, like one of the slowest killers in the game. I gotta walk all the way back to where my trap is, and I gotta replace it. Great. Then Traver's like, well, it took me 4 seconds to place down this bear trap. Now I gotta walk all the way back to the part where I placed the trap at and reopen it. Like, it's just a lot of work, honestly. Meanwhile, Scrum Merchant's like, okay, I placed down my drone, but I'm still moving forward because I have the ability to move forward. This girl, I decided to let her live because I'm like, your team gave up. I'll let you live for once. If I don't find, well, if I find the hatch first. If she finds the hatch, she'll just live. But that's why I changed my playstyle. It was really just, I wanted to make sure I won more matches, and I play her like a trap killer now because I'm so used to just not playing. Like trap killers are so slow, and Dead by Daylight is such a fast-paced game. Like survivors can do generators in less than 9 seconds. Meanwhile, I have to place down traps and all these like amazing loops and amazing places that survivors can abuse, and all the while not letting them disable my traps. That's why I love Storm Merchant so much, because you disable the trap, okay, it just comes back. I don't have to go back towards that area. And with this add-on stereo remote mic, it comes back even faster. So it just feels great to use this build and play like this. And that's the reason why I changed my playstyle. But let's talk about that girl who was literally doing nothing. So I'm going to look for the survivor, but I can't find them. And I'm going to close the hatch. I was going to give her the hatch, but because I couldn't find her, I was just like, well, I'll close it. Then a second, but I see her start running towards this area, so I was like, Then I see her running, I'm gonna close the hatch, and I'm going to let her get the exit gate. So she realizes the hatch right there, and she's like, oh. I'm like, yes, ma'am. And now let her do it. But the reason I was talking about the survivor is basically you can't see it because I'm recording. The way I record my video, you can't see any notifications that I get while I'm on PS5. I do play on console, by the way. I don't play on PC, in case you didn't realize by the L1 inspect radar button. But she kept sending me a bunch of messages. The girl who was giving up, I believe she's the obsession. Wow, I didn't mean to injure that girl, but it's funny. But woman, there we go. Get out the building. So she sent me a bunch of messages. She was like, "You're bad at the game." Now, no, he was like, turn your brain off. How dare you play this brain dead killer? I'm like, you literally gave up. He called me a bot for playing this killer, but she literally gave up. And I said, I don't know how you're complaining about me when being a bot when you literally didn't even play the game. Even bots play better than you. And then she stopped texting me. before she stopped responding to me. Because I was like, why are you complaining about my score merchant? But everyone else in the game literally was playing the game fair and square, perfectly, with no complaints, and didn't do anything wrong. But because you purposely messed up, all your teammates died. It just made no sense. But it was just funny to me because it's always the survivors that don't know what they're doing or don't play the game correctly that cause their team to lose. But that was the first game of the video. Let's go to the next game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on Ironworks of Misery. I love this map actually. Don't hate it at all. It's pretty balanced in my opinion. This is a perfect map, by the way, to explain to you the logic of why I use corrupt intervention now and why I put down drones in advance. So every single basically loop that I think is annoying, that I don't feel like having to deal with, that I probably can't mind game, I'm going to put drones there to make it harder for survivors to do anything. So right here, I'm going to chase this girl. I'm going to put a drone right here because this drone protects this pallet and also protects the door. I mean the loop. So right now I'm going to chase this girl. I kind of regret it though. But luckily for me, I used my untouchable status effect to make it so that way she knew where I was coming from. And I'm going to chase this girl. So the reason why I mentioned the thing about putting your drones up first and using corrupt intervention to make it harder for survivors to do gens is for things like this. Normally when I play Scrum Merchant, I just chase someone and I M1 them. I do move slightly faster because they're always going to be on the radar. But other than that, I don't really down them very often because of the fact that even though I do move faster, and they move a tiny bit slower, unless they're cloud trapped, they don't really move that slow. Right here, this girl's gonna get like a little bit confused, and I hit me down her. Real easy. My problem is I'm near no gens, so Sir did nothing, and they're gonna probably do a generator. Even though I do have corrupt intervention, they can still do generators. It's not like they can't do any. I was trying not to get rid of this drone because I had it in a pretty good spot, and I also was trying to go to a score trick, but the game was like, low no. So now that I put this girl, I'm gonna try and put down more drones in different places that I know are gonna be really annoying loops. Now, like I said before, in my videos, you do see me. I'm going to purposely ignore that survivor because I want to deal with the I want to put drones down. But because you got scanned by my drone one time, I was like, well, I might as well go after you now. One more scan equals 8 injured. There it is. Now I'm trying to slow her down again by moving my drone that way. She gets slowed down, but she's going to make the pallet no matter what because of how I ran. She's going to wait there and just drop the pallet. But it's fine because I'm going to wait her get scanned one more time. Now she's scanned. She's going to move slower. She's going to basically be forced to either go to the window or drop this pallet. She goes to the window because there's nothing I can do about that. I can't put a drone down because of the fact that the survivor's right here on the hook. But they're going to do a trade. I'm fine with that because I know that guy has a flashlight. It was the only person that had a flashlight. I don't have to worry about it. What he should have done was he should have gotten the girl off the hook and just immediately got her off the hook instead of trying to like flashlight me, I guess, when I lost the window. But it just, that's not what happened. So now that I finally have the ability to, so now I finally down that person, I'm going to do some prep time. So now I'm going to put down drones in spots that I think are really, really good for me to be able to deal with survivors. But these survivors are kind of just doing weird things. Thanks to my gearhead, I do see the survivor right here. I expected him to drop that pallet, but he's surprised when he did it. Normally I would go after the girl who's injured because it would be a lot easier to do that. But because I know if I go after the girl who's injured, he's going to just do that generator in front of me, and I'm not trying to deal with that. I wanted him to drop the pallet, but instead he decided to go a really weird way, and he just went all the way around. Surge will activate, and now that generator starts to regress, and as long as no one else touches it, I don't have to worry about it. It will hit 0%. That's why I use Surge. Sadly, though, not only is the basement not here, there's also no score tricks nearby. So I'm like, great. Now I'm pretty sure there was a hook actually nearby. I just missed it, but I'm going to go to this hook and hook him right here. So the reason why I talk about prep time is notice how on the right side of the map I have a bunch of drones, and right here I have a really good drone spot right here. And now for the rest of the game, if survivors try and move to the middle of the map or to some of those tiles, there's a high chance that my drone will hit them. So I realize that drone's in a really bad spot, so I'm gonna put it right here, and I'm gonna start moving things around. And this is how you're supposed to, in my opinion, play Scrum Merchant. Make sure you actually put down your drones in the right places, the way it stops certain loops. Right here, this guy's gonna try and crouch. I won't go after Nia because Nia is dead. Not dead. Sorry, I know one more cloud trap will injure her, and look what happened. One cloud trap injured her. Then I have this drone right here, which I have previously placed. It should slow her down. She's gonna get confused, and then I'm trying to use my red stain to try and capture her off guard. But instead, what happens is, if she decides to keep running instead of going towards the pallet, but I eventually downed her anyway. And I'm gonna hook it right here. Again, no scorcher, by the way. So now I'm in a position where I have two people hooked, but this person's kind of close to the other person, so I can kind of just wait until this guy gets second stage, which I'm going to do that. Right here, the person's gonna try and be right here and try to loop me, but here's the problem: I have a drum right here, so they're gonna try and run, and I'm like, well, I knew you were gonna run this way because if I brought the pallet, you would have ran this way, and it slowed down. So now I'm gonna hook them, and then we have another person hooked. So there's three people hooked and one person on the radar, so I know where he's coming from. I need to intercept him before he gets the unhook. Gets the unhook, and now that girl gonna go towards him because of the fact that she's like, yeah, I want him to actually live. I'm fine with that. I went down her. Trade. And now we're not gonna go after him because I kind of want him to actually have a chance to win the game. Because he literally got hooked one time and basically had to suffer. And notice how all of this happened all because I put one drone in one spot. Not because of the fact that, oh my gosh, so much power is so strong. No, it literally is because I decided to be smart with my drone placement. I just switched out one drone and put it somewhere else. I put this drone in this spot. Now this loop is basically useless. I don't really have a reason to put a drone there anymore because the pallet's gone. But I am just going to put a drone there just in case survivors do decide to run in that direction. Right here, I'm going to scan this guy, and he's going to not go towards the pallet. It don't really matter anyway, because he wasn't close enough to the pallet anyway. And now I'm going to go after the next girl, or the girl, because I know the girl's close, and she's injured, so I can hear her. The pallet right here, I'm going to break this, because I don't want her to loop this amazing loop, because after that rock is kind of annoying. I can't really do much about it, if I'm being honest. So now I'm going to try and loop her, and she realizes the game's over, and she still tries, though, even though she just should give up, honestly. But I win. I expect a dead hard, so I put my radar up. That's how I like get people to dead hard. I put my radar up because it makes them think I'm gonna swing because they see our movement, and then in reality, it's not even me swinging at all. And then they use dead hard, and then I win. I love doing that. It works all the time, surprisingly. You'd be really surprised that it doesn't work. But let me know in the comments if you play Scrum Merchant just like this. I know like it might seem like just normal gameplay, but I'm trying to explain like my reasoning for corrupt intervention and why I play a certain way. Because it's just annoying me. Like I was not really losing games, but it just felt bad how like I wanted to play Scrum Merchant, but I also wanted to use a unique build. But it's hard to use a unique build with Scrum Merchant because she's not really a top tier killer. So you can't just get away with using like mediocre-ish perks that have a good effect but aren't good for gens. So you kind of have to use gen slowdown, but then when you use gen slowdown, it feels so boring just using 3 gen slowdown perks, sometimes 4, and then it makes the game boring. So I'm trying to play differently. I'm trying to also win, but I'm also trying to not use the same perks, so it is hard, but that's just kind of how Dead by Daylight is right now. Luckily, there's an update coming where they're gonna change some perks, so I'm looking forward to that. But that was the second game of the video. Let's do the third game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on the game. This is the last game of the video, by the way, so looking forward to it. So, the game has a bunch of strong areas, so it's kind of hard, honestly, to pinpoint where I can put my drones at. But I'm going to put them, of course, in the best spots that I think are necessary. This drone will 100% stay in this room forever, and I'm not getting rid of it. Another mistake I make, by the way, is I will accidentally put drones in a random spot, honestly. Just to put it there, and then I would leave it there. Or the opposite, where I put a drone in a really good spot, but then I accidentally get rid of the drone, so I can just get rid of the drone because I feel like it, and I end up wasting a really great resource. So as you can see, I kind of ignored all the survivors that I've seen so far, and I'm going to purposely put down drones. I look and I realize this is the worst. This is why you don't break those walls in this map, by the way. This is the worst thing ever. It's literally 4 god pallets in a row. It's literally one room god pallet, another room god pallet, and then after that one, it was that normal room where you drop into the bathroom. Like, it's just, oh my. But right here, I'm gonna put, I'm trying to hit this guy for this pallet and try and go around and mind game him so I can get a free hit. But it seems like I'm gonna go that way, but in reality, I'm going the other way. I'd rather him be upstairs because I have most of my drones upstairs anyway, but I don't have them on this side of the map, so that's a problem. That's like my main issue I have with Scrum Merchant, not like with Scrum Merchant, but in general, but like in my main issue with myself. I don't put drones in good spots sometimes. So I put all the drones in actual good spots this time. And this game is also really long, and you're going to see why. So I'm gonna chase down this guy. I'm gonna try and down him. I don't know why I swung right there. Honestly, I really didn't need to swing right there. I just did. I was like, maybe I'll get a hit, but no. He can go around. I know he can't make the window. I'm gonna down him. I'm gonna try and pick him up, and David's like, what do you think you're doing? I'm like, uh-oh, my bad. And then I get flashlighted. So I'm like, great. But it's kind of fine, because I do have gearheads. I can see someone on the gym right there. And also, he didn't really get that far. Also, I can hear someone on that gen, so I'm like, okay. They did that gen in front of me, so clearly I have to go after, I have to protect it. I'm gonna hit David. It's still into my right, but I'm gonna ignore them because I don't care. I can hear the generator still. It has a lot of progress, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I do see someone on it. Gearhead activates also. She had sprint burst, but surprisingly, I actually hit her for once in my life. I do see her aura for some reason, actually. Probably because of Gearhead. Or maybe she has Object Obsession. I feel like that was a long time. But anyway, David right here is going to drop this pallet because it's a God pallet. And, you know, not a God pallet, but it's a really, really strong pallet that has like little to no mind game ability. So because of that reason, I'm going to down him. Then this girl's like, for the people buckle up. And in case you don't know what for the people buckle up is, basically it's use the perk for the people. What for the people does is you trade your health state to make it so that way you can fully heal, or you can heal someone instantly for one health state. So what she did was she healed herself. He got injured, became broken for a minute, but then also healed her teammate. But when you buckle up, if you heal someone off the ground, the person you heal off the ground has the endurance status effect for, I believe it's 10 seconds. And you also have the endurance status effect for 10 seconds. So basically what ends up happening is they become immune basically to damage for like 10 seconds. And it's really strong and has literally no counter. Score Merchant actually might be the best counter to it. Probably Score Merchant and Huntress, because Huntress can do a hatchet, and Score Merchant, if they scan, if I did scan someone 3 times, then they'll just lose the endurance stats. But anyway, because it counts getting a hit. But basically, it has no counter, and that's the reason why next update they're changing it. They're changing a lot of things next update, which I'm kind of excited for, but also I'm kind of scared for. They're nerfing Pop Goes the Weasel and Scorcher Pain Resonance. Scorcher Pain Resonance is going from 25% decrease to 20%. Not really a big deal, that's fine. But Pop going from 30 to 20 is kind of annoying to me, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't really care about the gen defense perks being nerfed. The main thing that annoys me is they didn't buff any other gen defense perks. They're like, we're gonna nerf these 2 regression perks because they're the top tier most used ones, but we're not gonna buff the other ones that people don't use but want to use. Right here on Kelly Girl Guard by becoming untouchable. That's why I love my power. That's also why I break those doors, because I can go from behind them and they're never gonna really expect it because of the fact that no one goes behind them and no one opens those doors. But I want to traverse the map really fast. Also, the reason why I break those doors too is even though it does kind of make more sense to just keep them not broken, that way they have to stay in that room. I also want the ability to be like, okay, I'm gonna go this way, or force you to go this way, and that's the reason why I break them. So that guy is gonna go loop the area. I had a drone set up, but because the game was like, we're gonna do that bug where you do the animation, but your drone's not gonna actually appear, and I'm like, great. So because of that reason, I literally was unable to even use my power for like that 12 seconds. Then David is gonna get hit, and then for some reason the head tap's like, I'm a detective. I'm gonna drop the pad on you before you get a chance to do anything. Then it hit me. David's more important. Not because of the fact that I already hit them or anything like that. It's because of the fact that he's near the God pallets and I want to get rid of them. So I got rid of one of them. Now all I have to do is the other one, because apparently having 2 God pallets right next to each other is a fair and balanced thing. I want to break this. And I noticed that the 4th girl has buckle up and 4 people. So I know the second I down someone, she's going to try and run in and to save their life, which is kind of annoying, honestly. I'm going to use my untouchable side to try and catch this person off guard on the generator. But instead, they do it immediately. Right here, I'm going to try and go for the Zarina. Her name is that. Because she has buckle up for the people. But also, I realize she's not really close enough to use it, so I'm going to try and kill to the tap. I'm going to down him. I look to my right and I see. So I'm following. Hello, how you doing? Then she just immediately heals him. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But it's fine because I'll go after her instead. And the reason why it's fine is I don't really have a problem with this right now because I'm in a position where I can score merchant, so I know how to deal with it. Like I just literally I'm gonna injure the person who used the perk. Like you only can use it once every 60 seconds, and then once you are no longer broken, you have to heal yourself to use it again. So I'm gonna just wait. And I'll go after you instead, and if I go after you, you can't use it anymore. So I'm making about the palette, so obvious, because it's not funny, it's like, of course the person using it is the one that's not good. Like, you just got mind game really, really easily. It is so funny to me. And the reason why I say not good, I'm not trying to make fun of her or anything, but like, that strategy is absolutely broken. And has no counter, so it's like, wow. Having no counter, like, people complain about Scrum Merchant, but then they have that. Like, make it make sense. Like, literally all of the Scrum Merchant hate is just gone when you use that strategy. You can't even be hate on Scrum Merchant if you're using that. Like, it's impossible. So, right here, I see someone go up there because of the fact that I have, you know, Gearhead. The Tap's like, I'm gonna try and do the drone. I'm gonna do the drone in front of your face. I'm like, sure, you do that. But I already hooked him once. I believe he's on his second hook now. If I hook him again, there's not really any paths nearby, so he's gonna die. I expected a dead hard, so I put my radar up to try and scan for one, but he didn't use it. Luckily for me, the girl is on the hook, so she can't even use buckle up anymore. And she's injured, so that's fine. I'm kind of hoping they don't save her, but they're probably going to because why wouldn't they save their teammate? She gets saved. I'm kind of like unhappy about that because she's a problem. And then, like usual, like I told you before, I got rid of the drone that I had here back. So I'm gonna get rid of my drone. Doesn't matter where it is, just get rid of it. Put a drone right here. She might have the side strike, but honestly, she needs to die because I don't feel like having to do a buckle up. Plus, what's it called? That perk right here. She's going to just do nothing. I don't know what she was doing. So I'm gonna pick her up off the ground, and hopefully she doesn't have this as a strike. And luckily she does not. So of course, not only does she have the stupid annoying broken combo perks, she doesn't even run perks to like for anti-tunneling, which is kind of funny. No off the record, and no side strike either. This is weird to me, but okay. Because I feel like in my head, if you use that strategy, you just are asking to be killed because you're the only one using it, and it's really, really annoying and has no counter. Right here, we're going to have the Detective Tap again. The Detective Tap is going to most likely die because it seems like I have all the pallets either broken or trapped. Besides this one, of course. Put a drone right here. Mind game if I can. I did mind game correctly. It did a full 180 basically, and he was not expecting that. So now I'm going to go after him and down him, and now he's going to die. It's been over 6 seconds. I don't worry about any of the side strike. We know that. They are nerfing the side strike next patch. Like I said, I'm happy about the patch notes for next patch. Oh, he's not dead on hook. I don't know why I thought he was. I'm happy about the patch notes for next patch because, like, nerfing top tier perks and buffing certain killers is fine. But I just wish they would do, like I told y'all, someone asked me in the comment, he said, what's one thing you would change about Dead by Daylight? And I had said, the thing I would change is literally make them so they have a huge perk buff and nerf thing. Now they did do that. They did buff and change like I think it was like 8 different perks, maybe. But it's the fact of the matter is that I want them to change more of them because I really want the ability to be like, okay, I can use this kind of baddish perk and now it has an extra strong effect or it has a better effect. Then also I want the buff gen defense perks because they're annoying. So right here I'm in the perk position because I literally put a drone right here. So no matter where she goes in this loop, she is going to get droned up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to push her this way. That way she has to run towards the drone again. But nope, she fell down. And because she has bonds landing, I actually was unable to catch her. I expect her to be towards the God palette, which she is. I want her to drop it because if she drops it, I can just break it. But instead what ends up happening is she decides to go around. So I'm like, great, she keeps going forward. So that's fine though because one person is dead. So I don't really have to worry that much. Also, I can just use my untouchable side effect to my advantage. Sadly, there is, of course, the God Pilot right here, which I no longer have a drone on. But I did not get rid of the drone in this room, and I never broke the pallet because I was like, if I keep the pallet here, there's a high chance I'll be able to catch survivors off guard. She slowed down, and then instead of vaulting the pallet, she actually grabbed the drone. I love putting a drone next to a pallet because sometimes survivors will accidentally grab the drone instead of the pallet, which is kind of funny. Well, not grab the pallet, but like they'll grab the drone instead of vaulting the pallet, which is kind of funny. So now she's going to be on her second to last hook. So now I believe Detective Tap and the third girl are now dead on hook. And it's funny because it's actually a really good game. They have done 3 gens so far. I'm going to drop down because I feel like they're at the bottom. I saw 2 of my drones get disabled, one at the bottom, one at the top. So I know both survivors are over here somewhere, but the problem is where? This guy's gonna go in the locker for some reason. I guess he just accepted his fate and he knew he was dead. I know he doesn't have the cyber strike because it's been over a minute, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're gonna hook him and he's dead on hook. And then we're going back towards the hook because they were probably healing that one girl. I don't remember her name. I think it's Michaela Reed, I want to say it is, but they're healing Michaela. I really wish I remembered the names of survivors, honestly, but I just never do. She's gonna go towards the annoying jungle gym. Well, not really jungle, no, annoying thing called TL walls. Yeah, TL walls, which is kind of annoying because it can be really annoying. She definitely has the cyber strike because she jumped into the locker, but she actually doesn't have it. But it's kind of funny. I don't really understand why survivors jump in lockers when they don't have the cyber strike, because I feel like the whole point of jumping in the locker is to delay as much time as possible. That way, the person who's still alive has the ability to what's it called? Not save you, but to do a generator or whatever. So right here, I'm gonna try and go after him because of the fact that I know he's right here. I know the God Palace is gonna definitely do it. He's gonna flashlight me, but I wouldn't you? But I'm like, something tells me the hatch is not where he is and spawned behind me. And because I feel like I know exactly what the hatch spawned, I'm gonna go towards that exact room, and lo and behold, the hatch is right there. I don't know how I knew that, honestly, but I just knew. Now, spoiler alert, he dies, but he doesn't die because I find him. He literally hides for the entirety of the hot down, and because of that reason, he literally is gonna die to the entity, which makes me kind of mad because I like trying to find the survivors, but also I don't have time to go around the entire map looking for one survivor when they're most likely hiding in the dumbest place ever. So I believe he was actually hiding in the basement, but long story short, he died. So the game is definitely over. I'm going to cut to the end. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, I read every single comment, like I always say. This is a video mainly talking about different playstyles for Scar Merchant. Let me know in the comments what playstyles you play when you use her. Like, you use her mainly as just a... Do you play like this, where you put down your traps in advance? Do you just play more of a M1 playstyle, and you just rely on using a chase build? Like, how do you play your Scar Merchant? I personally like to just put down my traps in advance. At least now I do. I put my traps in advance, and then after I put down my traps in advance, I will chase survivors that I can find. I just find that really amusing when you chase someone, they run to a drone because you already trapped it, and then they get a scan, and you're like, yes. Also, it's just annoying though sometimes because when you don't have a drone in a certain place and the tower's really strong, you have to get a drone, and then half the time the survivor holds W and runs away. So you're like, well, I wasted my time. But yeah, that's what all I want to talk about in this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.